All right, everybody, it's time to lay down for bed and listen to a story. It's time for the night chicken, and you don't want to miss that now, do you? I didn't think so. Now, if everybody is ready, let's begin. Oh, my sweet dreamers, pull your blankets close, for the wind tonight is whispering secrets, and the moon is a thin silver sliver, perfect for a night of daring deeds. It was the 23rd of October, and the air was spiced with the sweet, deep scent of turning leaves and the crisp promise of frost. Shorty the cat, with his patched ear twitching, was feeling particularly bold. He walked the perimeter of the farm by the night-end fence, his paws barely kissing the dry, crunchy grass. Shy, the night chicken, was a dark shadow moving parallel, a comforting presence in the gloom, but Shorty liked to pretend he was the sole magnificent patrol captain. "The night is utterly quiet," Shy Shorty announced, puffing out his chest. "Even the crickets have settled down." "A peaceful night, my friend." Shy stopped, her sleek black feathers melting into the shadow of the fence post. Her bright green eyes narrowed, focused on the shifting silhouette of the tall grass field that bordered the woods. "The quietest nights," she murmured, her voice like the rustle of silk, "are the ones that need the most listening, Shorty." Shorty, alas, was too busy relishing his moment of self-proclaimed command. He'd noticed a particularly shiny stone just beyond the fence, a smooth piece of quartz that would look excellent in the garden shed. He stretched his paw through a gap in the fence, a little further, then a little further still. He stretched his whole body through the gap, stepping into the dark, tangled edge of the tall grass, just for a second, just for the stone. That second was all that Larry the Fox needed. Larry wasn't loud or flashy like some villains. He was patient, persistent, and possessed of a terrible cunning. He'd been watching Shorty Little dance for half an hour. Faster than a blink of the moon, the rusty red shape exploded from the grass. Before Shorty could even let out a proper startled meow, Larry had him pinned, not with claws, but with a sly, heavy weight meant to simply hold him still. "Well, well," Larry purred, his breath smelling of ditch water and mischief. "Look what the night dragged in." A brave little patrol captain off his post, Shorty struggled, digging his claws into the damp earth, but Larry was too strong. Panic, cold and sharp, threatened to overwhelm him. He glanced desperately towards the fence line, where he knew Shy should be, but she was still a blur of shadow. Too far, too late. But the night chicken had other eyes and ears in the darkness. Two very small, very nervous, and very fast pairs of eyes were watching from beneath the prickly thicket of berry bushes. Pip and Zip, the quick-footed quails. They were usually a flurry of panic and flight, their little feathered head crests trembling at the slightest sound. Yet seeing their friend in true peril galvanized them into a sudden focused courage. "Zip, the gravel!" Pip squeaked, not running away but running toward the danger. The two quails sprinted down the edge of the field, kicking their tiny, powerful legs with the frantic speed of startled thunder. They were so fast, they were a blur of brown and white. They didn't aim for Larry's tail or paws. They executed a perfect dusty maneuver, flying up and over a mound of loose gravel and dried soil, kicking it directly into the fox's face with practiced precision. Larry yelped, a sound of surprise and pain, snapping his jaws shut as dirt and sharp little stones stung his cunning eyes. "Ugh! The dust!" he cried, momentarily lifting his weight to rub his face with a paw. That fraction of a moment was Shorty's liberation. He wriggled free and shot back toward the safety of the fence like a gray arrow, scrambling under the lowest rail. Larry, blinking furiously and still coughing, looked up just as Shy stepped out from the deep shadow of the fence, her bright green eyes glowing like twin embers in the night. The night chicken didn't make a sound, didn't raise a feather, but her presence was a wall of cold, quiet protection. Larry, defeated by dust and the sudden silent authority of the defender, tucked his bushy tail and slunk back into the tall grass field, his dinner having literally slipped through his paws. Shorty huddled beside Shy, trembling slightly but whole. "Pip and Zip," he whispered, amazed. They moved like miniature cyclones. The two quails, now shaking uncontrollably, were already hiding beneath a nearby root, their chests swelling with fear and perhaps a tiny kernel of pride. Shy gently nudged Shorty with her wing. "Remember this night, little captain," she said, her voice soft. "Brave acts come in every size, and even the smallest friends can save your life with nothing but quick feet and a little bit of dust." And under the thin silver moon, the night chicken and her friends carried on with their patrol, knowing that courage was not the absence of fear, but the speed with which you used it. That's the end of tonight's story, and now comes my favorite part. Let's close our eyes, listen to some soft music, and dream about Shy's next adventure. And while she's out there defending the night, we can sleep easy, knowing she's there, keeping us safe. Sleep tight, everyone, and don't bite any bed bugs.